believe some people saying that's Junior's cousin, I believe. Let me see. Now you see she got the hoodie over him. I see what's going on in this clip. So at dinner,
Chrisean Rock just gave fans a moment no one was ready for, and now the internet can't stop talking. A brand new clip showing Baby J's progress has surfaced, and it's instantly shifting the entire conversation. For weeks, people speculated, questioned, and even criticized. But this time, what they're seeing feels different, real, emotional, unexpectedly. In the video, Baby Jr. appears more responsive, more aware of small changes, but powerful enough to leave viewers stunned. Fans who once doubted are now flooding the comments with support, calling it a turning point and a sign of hope. The energy online has completely flipped, and people are watching every second closely, trying to catch even the tiniest detail. But here's what makes this moment even bigger: it's not just about progress, it's about perception. It's about proving that what people assumed before might not have been the full story. And now, with this new glimpse, everything feels like it's changing in real time. One clip, one moment, and suddenly, everyone is paying attention again. The reaction didn't just grow, it exploded. What started as a single clip quickly turned into a full-blown conversation across every platform, with people replaying the video over and over, analyzing every movement, every expression, every tiny detail. And the more they watched, the more one thing became clear: this wasn't something you could simply scroll past. This was a moment that demanded attention. Chrisean Rock may not have said much alongside the clip, but she didn't need to. The visuals spoke louder than any caption ever could. Baby J's progress, subtle yet undeniable, created an energy shift that even the harshest critics couldn't ignore. It wasn't dramatic, it wasn't staged, and maybe that's exactly why it hit so hard. For a long time, the narrative surrounding Baby Jr. had been filled with concern, speculation, and constant debate. People formed opinions based on short glimpses, incomplete information, and assumptions that spread faster than facts. Every new post brought another wave of judgment. Every silence created even more questions. But this time, something felt different. This time, the clip didn't fuel negativity, it challenged it. Fans began pointing out the changes almost immediately. The way Baby Jr. responded, the way he seemed more engaged, the little signs that to some might seem small but to others meant everything. Parents, supporters, and even neutral viewers started stepping in, sharing their own experiences, and reminding everyone that progress doesn't always come in loud, obvious ways. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's gradual, but that doesn't make it any less real. And that's when the tone online began to shift. Comments that once questioned everything were now filled with encouragement. People who had been skeptical were now admitting they might have spoken too soon. Others doubled down on their support, praising Chrisean not just for sharing the moment, but for standing strong through all the noise that came before it. Because let's be real, the pressure has been intense. Every move is watched. Every decision is judged. Every moment turned into a headline. But in this particular moment, none of that seemed to matter as much, because what people were seeing felt genuine, and in a world where everything is often filtered, edited, and carefully curated, that kind of authenticity stands out instantly. Still, not everyone is convinced, and that's where things get even more interesting. While many fans are celebrating the progress, others are cautiously observing, waiting to see what comes next before fully changing their stance. It's a mix of hope and hesitation, belief and doubt. And that tension? It's exactly what's keeping the conversation alive. Some are asking deeper questions now, not in a negative way, but in a more thoughtful, curious way. They want to understand the journey. They want to see consistency. They want to know what's happening behind the scenes that led to this moment. Because one clip, as powerful as it is, feels like just the beginning of a much bigger story, and maybe that's the point, maybe. This wasn't meant to answer every question, maybe. It was meant to change the direction of the conversation, because suddenly, instead of focusing on what might be wrong, people are focusing on what's improving. Instead of assuming the worst, they're starting to hope for the best. And that kind of shift doesn't happen easily, especially online. But here we are, watching it happen in real time. There's also something else that can't be ignored: the emotional weight behind it all. Whether people support Chrisean or not, whether they've followed the story closely or are just now tuning in, this moment carries a level of emotion that's hard to fake. You can feel it in the reactions. You can see it in the comments. There's a sense that something meaningful is unfolding, even if no one can fully define it yet, and that uncertainty, it's powerful, because it keeps people watching. It keeps them invested. It keeps them coming back for more. What happens next is anyone's guess. Will there be more updates, more clips, more signs of progress? Or will things go quiet again, leaving people to interpret this moment in their own ways? That unpredictability is part of what makes this so compelling. Nothing feels guaranteed. Nothing feels scripted. It feels real. And in today's digital world, real moments hit the hardest. As the views continue to climb and the discussions keep growing. One thing is certain: this isn't just another viral clip. It's a turning point in how people are choosing to see the situation. It's a reminder that sometimes a single moment can challenge weeks, even months of assumptions. And right now, all eyes are on what comes next, because if this is just the beginning of Baby's progress being shared with the world, then the story is far from over. In fact, it might just be getting started. As the conversation keeps building, something even more powerful is starting to happen. People aren't just reacting anymore, they're emotionally investing. What began as shock is slowly turning into anticipation, and now everyone is watching closely, waiting for the next sign, the next update, the next moment that could confirm what they're beginning to believe. Chrisean Rock has unintentionally created a shift that goes beyond just one viral clip. She's changed the pace of the narrative. Before, everything felt rushed: quick judgments, quick criticism, quick conclusions. But now, people are slowing down. They're paying attention differently. They're noticing things they might have ignored before, and Baby Jr. is at the center of it all. Every movement, every reaction, every tiny detail is now being seen through a new lens. Not one of doubt, but of possibility. And that change in perspective is powerful, because once people start to believe something positive is happening, they begin to look for more proof of it. They begin to root for it, but at the same time, there's still a layer of tension underneath it all, because not everyone is fully convinced. Some viewers are still watching quietly, analyzing, questioning whether this moment is part of a bigger pattern or just a single highlight. And honestly, that mix of belief and skepticism is what's making this situation even more intense. It's no longer one-sided. It's a conversation with depth, with emotion, with real stakes, and then there's the silence. No long explanations, no detailed breakdowns, just moments being shared and left open for interpretation. That silence is doing something unexpected. It's pulling people in even more, because when everything isn't explained, people start trying to understand it themselves. They rewatch, they discuss, they debate, they stay engaged. That's exactly why this doesn't feel like it's fading anytime soon. If anything, it feels like it's building towards something bigger. Because now the question isn't what did we just see, it's what are we about to see next? And that curiosity? That's what's keeping this story alive. Right now, the spotlight hasn't moved. The attention hasn't dropped. If anything, it's getting stronger. And as long as people keep watching, keep speculating, and keep hoping, this moment will continue to grow into something much bigger than just a single clip, something that people won't forget anytime soon. In the end, this moment feels bigger than just a viral clip. Chrisean Rock has sparked a shift that no one can ignore, and Baby J's progress is now at the heart of it all. What people once questioned, they're now watching with hope. But the real story isn't finished yet, it's still unfolding. And as more eyes stay locked in, one thing is clear, this journey is far from over. The next update could change everything, and the world will be watching when it does.